how Miami Navy veteran honors Memorial Day. I'm Jalen Banks with more on the story.
Plus, how a Southwest Missouri museum is paying tribute to veterans with a special exhibit.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Ceremonies across the 4 states honor heroes on this Memorial Day. This is KOAM News at 6. We're going to show you several of those ceremonies, and we begin our coverage at the GAR Cemetery in Miami, Oklahoma. As Jalen Banks reports, the ceremony there was open to anyone to honor men and women who fought for our nation's freedom.
Solemn ceremonies like this one at Miami's GAR Cemetery are part of a long-standing American tradition. Memorial Day became an official federal holiday in 1971, but you can trace its origins all the way back to shortly thereafter the Civil War, where people have taken it upon themselves to honor our fallen soldiers. After years of war and 600,000 deaths later, in 1866, women in Columbus, Mississippi laid flowers on the graves of both Union and Confederate soldiers. This, and many other practices like it, will lead to the holiday that we observe today. Eldon Johnston, a Navy veteran, speaks on what this day means to him and the community.
We come out and do this every year. It's just an honor to honor the fallen veterans, and it's just good to see the crowd turn out. As far as patriotism, this area is about as good as you can get.
The GAR Cemetery held a Memorial Day ceremony, giving community members the chance to honor and pay respects to those who gave their lives serving our country. The ceremony featured an honor guard, fire volleys, the playing of taps, and words from veterans.
The people out here that have fallen, you just can't honor them enough. I mean, they gave their life for our freedom. It's just, all you can say is just an honor.
At the GAR Cemetery in Miami, Oklahoma, honoring those that gave their lives to defend this country. Jalen Banks, KOAM News.
Each branch of the military was represented at that ceremony. Pittsburgh State University today honored veterans and their families with a virtual Memorial Day ceremony. That ceremony featured traditional elements, including recordings of a color guard comprised of cadets from PSU's ROTC program, and recordings of the playings of taps and the singing of the national anthem by PSU music students. The ceremony featured recorded remarks by Kirby Brown, current Dean of Park University's College of Management and a 40-year veteran of military and federal service.
It is to honor the over 1 million of our citizens who have given their life in service to our country. As we think about that ultimate sacrifice, I have found that Memorial Day is a very personal day for me also.
The Silver Star.
You can view the entire ceremony anytime at pitchstate.tv. The Freedom of Flight Museum in Webb City paid tribute to veterans today with a new exhibit. The Honoring Our Veterans exhibit tells the stories of veterans, places, and events related to all branches of the military. Visitors also had the opportunity to sit inside a supersonic cockpit and handle aircraft equipment.
Memorial Day is a day that we all get together as a nation to remember those who have gone on before us, those who have served our nation and given their lives for the honor of the country.
Admission was free and the exhibit was open from noon to 6 p.m. A Kansas Vietnam veteran is walking dozens of miles in honor of the soldiers who died in that war. William Elston planned to walk more than 58,000 steps today from the city of Lawrence to Ottawa, Kansas. He estimated that walk would take him about 10 hours. Elston says each step represents a U.S. service member who died in Vietnam. 58,220 soldiers died in that war. By the war's end, more than 2,600 service members were listed as missing in action. The U.S. government reports as of April, more than 1,500 Americans are still unaccounted for. Neighborhood Lifehouse in Joplin kicked off summer with their second annual Summer Sizzle Block Party. Burgers and hot dogs were provided, but it was also encouraged to bring your own food and drinks to share. A 50-50 raffle was also held to go with the music and games.
So we call it Summer Sizzle. It's our second time to do this in the North Heights neighborhood, and it's just our group's getting people together from the neighborhood to have a party.
There were kids' activities as well to cap off the events along with the music. They had an epic water balloon war. Neighborhood Lifehouse is a faith-based organization that provides after-school programs and community outreach. We have some storm chances moving in. Let's check in with Doug Heddy.
We do. Thunderstorm chances will increase as we go through about the next 24 hours or so. If you do have outdoor activities this evening, I really think most of you look pretty good, even though we do have the clouds. But you can see we have a tornado watch which has popped up just to our west. It does include Coffee and then also Anderson County. You can really see the storms getting going out along the I-35 corridor. And some of these guys are going to try to skirt into our northwestern counties, but I think overall, most of us are going to be pretty quiet tonight. Tomorrow will definitely be a different story. Upper 70s, lower 80s right now. Again, if you have outdoor activities this evening, it looks fine. It is windy. We have those south winds at about 15 to 25. We'll drop back through the 70s slowly and only down into lower 70s for overnight lows tonight. Elevated risk for severe weather on Tuesday. We'll talk about that here in a bit.
See you then. The Grand River Dam Authority police are searching for a missing boater. Officials say they're searching a large area of Grand Lake for 48-year-old Troy Young of Bixby. GRDA police say they were notified Young was missing around 8 a.m. Saturday morning and that Young was last seen around 10:30 Friday night. Officers recovered Young's boat near the entrance of Ketchum Cove, about 1.5 miles from Cedar Port. Authorities are asking any boaters in the area to be mindful of the search efforts, and anyone with information is asked to call the GRDA police. Missouri State Highway Patrol says a boat capsized on Lake of the Ozarks around 6 yesterday evening, and look at the result. Officials say the boat was traveling too fast for conditions, which caused it to capsize. The 3 people on the boat were ejected. 41-year-old Derek Grigsby of Sand Springs and a 13-year-old girl were transported to a hospital for moderate injuries. A 13-year-old boy had minor injuries but did not receive treatment. Coming up, we're going to have a preview for the Joplin Outlaws' upcoming home opener against the Nevada Griffins. Plus, McDonald County Daycare is getting a makeover. It's time for summer baseball at Joe Becker Stadium. The Joplin Outlaws open up their season at home on Thursday. Today is the first time the team is meeting all together, and there's a few big changes this year. Pitt State assistant Gonzalez takes over as head coach of the Outlaws. Recent PSU grads Austin Bunnell and Caleb Carr join Gonzalez on the coaching staff. As for the roster, it's made up of talent from all across the country, including a handful of local athletes.
It's a big honor to be able to come out here and play in my hometown, have the people that supported me through high school come out and watch me again. It should be a good time, and I'm glad to be here.
At the end of the day, it's about these guys coming here, developing and getting better, and hopefully winning some baseball games in the process. So for me, it's just keeping things loose, having these guys have some fun, and everybody knows that if you're able to play loose and play in a little bit more of a fun atmosphere, you get a better player in the end.
Now, when it comes to childcare, not everyone can afford the centers that come with all the bells and whistles. But a grant-funded program under the Alliance of Southwest Missouri is leveling out the playing field. KOAM's Kate Kelly tells us more about the Infant Toddler Specialist Network and how it's making a difference for one-day care in McDonald County.
For Jennifer Harris, this daycare is more than just a place to work. It's home.
This was a daycare that was started by my grandmother 37 years ago, and I have been here for about 25 years, really. I started working here as a young teen, and I have been here ever since.
After all those years of wear and tear and play, this center is getting some much-needed TLC thanks to the Alliance's grant-funded Infant Toddler Specialist Network program, or ITSN.
We're not a regulatory program. We're not coming in as licensing to look at the facility. We're just here to enhance provide trainings, and we really work, I feel, very closely with the directors and the providers to see what needs they really want and need to enhance the programs that they are doing excellent work in already.
ITSN is only a few years old, but the idea is to recruit centers in need of resources or technical assistance. The program currently serves 10 counties with hopes to expand.
We are trying to increase the quality of care within these centers because of their state subsidized payments. We're trying to level the playing field between state subsidized programs and private funded programs.
Whether it's timely education for staff on site or enriching toys for kids in a sensory room, ITSN is making a difference in the lives of children in Southwest Missouri.
It makes your day, like there's nothing better.
And I don't think they could stay with anything for more than 2 minutes because they were just on to the next thing, and they just really enjoyed it because we needed some new stuff around here.
In Knoll, Kate Kelly, KOAM News.
If you're interested in more information about ITSN, you can check out this article on our website. That's KOAMnewsnow.com. And you should know our reporter Kate Kelly is also employed by the Alliance of Southwest Missouri. A little bit later, a suspect has turned himself in following shootings at the Memorial Day Weekend Festival in Oklahoma.
Plus, thunderstorms increase tonight and tomorrow. I'm going to break this down for you coming up. I hope you had a great holiday weekend, and weather-wise, it was actually pretty good. We bounced back into the 80s, a little bit windy over the past couple days, but we have stayed dry. Here's a nice shot of our Lander Chevrolet tower cam. Southeast side of the city looking eastbound along Interstate 44. A lot of clouds, but overall pretty good. We do have thunderstorms building out to our west, but the main severe threat is kind of staying out toward Wichita, Emporia, and then over toward Topeka and Salina. Could clip some of our northwestern counties as we go through the evening into the overnight hours, so we will have to watch that. But overall, it looks pretty quiet if you do have outdoor activities over the next couple hours. Upper 70s, lower 80s, still windy. Have those south winds kicking in at about 15 to 25, and then of course gusts have been higher than that throughout the day. At times, we've had winds gusting 35 upwards to about 40 miles per hour. So it is windy. Through the evening hours, we slide back through the 70s, eventually lower 70s for overnight lows. So we do stay very mild as we go into the overnight hours tonight. Have had a deck of clouds kind of pushing through. It's sunny in our western counties, but nothing really underneath this deck of clouds. But you can see thunderstorms building out to our west. We do have tornado watch, which does include Coffee and also Anderson County. But most of this action is going to stay to our north and to our west. You can see these thunderstorms to the west of Ponca City. All these yellow boxes are severe thunderstorm warnings, and then you can see in the purple box, this is all tornado watch, extends up toward Topeka, Lawrence, Kansas City, St. Joe, Missouri. Majority of these storms will stay northwest of us tonight, but as this system gets closer to us, that's when our chances for showers and thunderstorms and a severe threat will start to pop up. So a much higher threat for us as we go into Tuesday, 4 p.m. until about 3 o'clock in the morning by Wednesday. So this is tomorrow evening, tornado threat low, but we're going to have to elevate hail, wind, and rain as we get into tomorrow. All right, let's go through the evening hours. Some of these storms trying to clip those northwestern counties, so I'll keep my eyes on them. Besides that, all the storms stay north. Some of these may try to get in again late tonight into tomorrow morning. Northern counties, everybody else is okay. As we continue through the day, a lot of clouds tomorrow, warm and windy, similar to what we have seen today. Here's your day planner. 71 to start, 82 by noon, high of 86, windy again. After 3 or 4 p.m., thunderstorms really increase in our western counties. Here's 7:30 in the evening, expanding mid to late evening, pushing east. Any of these storms could be strong to severe, and then this band pushes through into Wednesday morning, and then on Wednesday we have just periods of showers and thunderstorms, most likely non-severe, but we're going to get some decent amounts of rain. Over the next couple days we could pick up 1 to 3 inches of rain. We just started drying out and it gets real wet again. So an alert day tomorrow for that severe threat, especially tomorrow evening, tomorrow night. 74 on Wednesday, clear out Thursday and Friday, thunderstorms back in late Saturday into Sunday.
You don't really need that, but
we don't need heavy rain for sure.
Yes, thanks, Doug. Still, I had more on the suspect turning himself in following the Memorial Day festival shootings in Oklahoma. The man accused of shooting and killing one person and hurting 7 others at a Memorial Day festival is in custody. It happened in Taft, Oklahoma, a few miles from the city of Muskogee. Reporter Ashlyn Brothers has the latest.
Boom, 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 just like in Ukraine, right here in Taft, Oklahoma.
The annual Taft Memorial Day Festival and Parade are canceled. Former mayor and current councilwoman Layla Foley Davis says it's hard to see the event she started end this way.
Everything is canceled, everything.
This after the Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation says a man shot 8 people, killing a 39-year-old woman and injuring 7 others, ages 9 to 56. Investigators say those individuals are expected to be okay. OSBI tells us 26-year-old Skylar Buckner turned himself into the Muskogee County Sheriff's Office just after 4 this afternoon. Witnesses say an argument broke out during the festival at Old City Square, and then Buckner started shooting.
We got to do something.
The Muskogee County District Attorney says investigators found 4 different types of casings, 40 casings total. Davis says this country is out of control.
And all the elected officials that feel different, walk in somebody's shoes that have lost a child.
Investigators say all 8 victims were taken to a Muskogee hospital and 3 were transferred to a hospital in Tulsa. Davis says she knew a few of them, including the woman who died.
I knew her from a baby. She wanted to follow in my footsteps, be involved in politics. She was involved in the community. And out of infancy, kids in Texas don't even know why they died. This baby doesn't even know why she died. Stupid.
Davis says she plans to help coordinate a vigil sometime soon. We'll be right back. Take a moment on this Memorial Day to recognize a local service member who gave his life for our nation. H.A. Daniel served in World War II with an armored division of the U.S. Army. He was stationed mainly in Europe and was killed in action on October 10, 1944 in Italy. His medals included a Bronze Star and a Purple Heart. His hometown, Columbus, Kansas. And we are proud to salute Private First Class H.A. Daniel, a 4-state hero. Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. We're going to have the tribute President Joe Biden paid for Memorial Day. Plus, Danny Terzer will have the full preview for the Joplin Outlaws home opener game. And a furry friend paid a visit to somebody's driveway. We're going to have footage of what paid that visit. Those stories, a lot more. It's tonight on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. Doug Hetty keeping an eye on the weather and the possibility of some storms tonight.
Yeah, I think most of the storms tonight are going to be in our far northwestern and northern counties. So I'm not overly concerned this evening. If you still have some outdoor activity, it doesn't even get dark for another 2.5 hours. Tomorrow, 86, some morning thunderstorms, and then really picking up late afternoon into the evening, into the overnight hours. We are going to have a severe threat with those. That's why we're going to have it as an alert day. And then periods of showers and thunderstorms on Wednesday. So we could pick up quite a bit of rain over the next 48 to 60 hours. Thursday and Friday look pretty good. Thunderstorm chances in by the weekend into early next week.
Fortunately, the wind at least has helped to dry it out somewhat before we get this next soak in.
I got my mowing in this weekend, so I'm glad about that.
Good for you, as did I. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you right back here at 10. Let's make it a great evening.
Service is provided by